Good morning. Here we are. It is 8 o'clock on the start of your Friday morning. Happy Valentine's Day.
Big hearts up on this Friday. A lot to celebrate. Valentine's Day. Maybe you got a hot date tonight.
Ooh.
I don't. I wish, but I hope you do.
So funny. You have any plans for tonight? Any weekend plans?
I'm trying to decide what to do tonight. My one friend said she's going out with a friend that I don't know. So, like, if I don't know that friend, like, will it be awkward?
No.
I don't know. And then my other friend wants to stay in, take out, like, wine movies.
That sounds more my style.
Great option. I might get tired, though. And then there's a drag show happening with the drag queen that I like, but no one wants to go, so I'd have to go by myself.
Oh, well.
So we have three options there, or I'll just stay at home and
stuff
my
enough.
face with chocolate.
I like that idea. It is Valentine's Day. I'll tell you, we are going for pizza tonight with a couple of our friends, and my sister's going to join us. So it'll just be like a fun night out. Not necessarily Valentine's Day-ish, but a night out.
It's so good.
Yeah, dinner.
Spending time with people you love.
Love it. And we'd love to hear what you're doing for Valentine's Day. It's an exciting day. You saw Taylor Anthony live at Platter's Chocolate. And let me tell you, I've lived in Western New York for 14 years. And, Sarah's making heart-shaped pizzas with the kids. I love that. What a great idea. Peter, I'm with Taylor. Wish I had a hot date, but don't. Listen.
You and me, buddy.
Soon enough, baby.
Struggles.
Okay, sorry.
You're talking about Platters?
Yes, I was got off track. Having a senior moment here. So I have lived in Western New York for 14 years, and I did not realize that it was Platter's Chocolate. I always thought it was Platers, because I felt like that would be so Western New York, like the plate. You know what I mean?
There's two T's. Like if it was Plater, then it'd be like plate, like the long A. I feel like two T's connotes short A.
Interesting. Okay, thank you. Also 37 years old.
Phonics.
Right.
Oh, Mark's got plans going to New Orleans.
How cool is that?
Horse racing.
Peter says Platters smells so divine in there.
That's good. Happy Valentine's Day to all the folks out there. Diane, good morning. Lauren, good morning. Tina,
oh my God.
Good morning to you.
Lauren look at this picture that Lauren sent me of the kids. Lauren, tell me if I can post it on Second Cup here, because I'll send it to
Stop!
John. Are they not the cutest?
So cute. Look at his little face.
I know. Vincenzo, I just want to squeeze him.
Stop, they're so cute. Her little ponytail is killing me.
I know.
That's adorable.
Lauren, let me know if I can share it with everyone. Lori, good morning to you. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well.
Happy day, Queen.
So also, while
Lauren
Taylor,
says yes.
Okay, John, I'm going to send it to you then so that we can put it in the, I'm going to send it on Slack, on the Slack.
On the Slack machine.
So while we were on the air with
Taylor Anthony,
Taylor Epps mentioned that while the chocolate was bathing the strawberries, she too would like to be bathed in chocolate.
Who wouldn't?
And so
So then Ed's mind starts spinning and he goes,
I had so much to say. And let me tell you that the majority of what I was going to say stopped.
Yeah, it's a family show. It was funny. So check out our Instagrams, Dranch TV and Taylor.Epps on Instagram, because that video is going up and it cracked us up this morning. It was one of those laughs, like a belly laugh, where you're like, okay, I needed that this morning.
I didn't know.
Okay, Amanda saw it. Amanda goes, y'all have me cracking up this morning. You guys make my day. Thank you for starting my day with laughter. I'm laughing so hard, I'm choking. Thank you for indulging us and letting us be absolutely.
It was brutal, because like I didn't know whether, like that moment where you're like, oh God, like how
it's just gonna go off the rails. And you know what? Things start to go off the rails and we drive faster.
Right. And you know what? I am all for taking the show off the track.
Mark says Katie needs to be here to keep you in line.
Listen. That would have been so sanitized if Katie was here.
She keeps us in line, though. She makes sure that no one's going to get in trouble.
Right. That's true.
I'm
going to.
Marguerite says, poor Josh. Ed was laughing uncontrollably and he was trying to keep composed.
I just couldn't help it. I mean, it's not even that. Like, how do you respond to that?
I don't know. I'm just being honest. I'm just sharing what it
I want to be bathed in chocolate. I'm like, ooh, it looks like you've died and gone to heaven. And Taylor's like, ooh, put it all over me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Why not?
Oh, God. I still I'm trying to catch my breath from that. I literally was crying.
Lynn says she'll be my hot mess friend date, take out movies. She has a large wine fridge.
Ooh, okay, I love that.
Okay, good snacks. Don't mind dogs and kids. I have a dog of my own, girl. Let's party it up. Linda says you were laughing so hard. Josh was speechless.
I know.
Josh goes, it was the hardest transition he's had to make in his 25 years. So we go from that to weather. We're like, I'm like, I want to get drenched in chocolate. I goes, tell me more.
Oh my God. I am glad I stopped there.
It was funny. It's what you need on a Friday. A good giggle, a good laugh. We had a good morning. We got our editor, Erin. She gave us all Valentine. She made these brownies. It's been a good Friday.
They were good.
We earned this day.
Anita says I ordered steak and lobster for myself. I don't know, John, do we have that clip? Maybe we could play it because it was really funny.
He has part of it. I know he downloaded it.
Linda says you are all the greatest. Thank you, Linda. We appreciate you. And I'm glad that you what? I mean, it was the look for me that I didn't realize I gave you until
you go. You know what? This is a safe space. If a girl wants to be drenched in chocolate,
let her be.
Let her be drenched.
Let her be.
I love chocolate. My mom raised me to love chocolate.
Yes. Are you a dark chocolate or a milk chocolate?
I don't care what it is.
Or orange chocolate?
Well, maybe I do care what it is. Dark chocolate, white chocolate,
ooh,
milk chocolate. You don't like white chocolate?
No, not at all.
I love white chocolate. Sometimes if I want a little sweet treat, I'll just grab a couple white chocolate chips.
Really?
I think it's good.
I'm not into it. I love dark chocolate though. Like the
dark
darker the better.
When I make my cookies are like renowned in my friend group. If I show up without the cookies, my friends are like, might as well leave. Like that, always dark chocolate.
You made cookies actually the other day. They were delicious.
Same cookies. They're the same cookies.
Okay. John actually has the clip. John, let's roll it so everyone can. Dipping them in chocolate again.
It was like meditative.
I know. Didn't it look so good?
Watching it.
It's like dying and going to heaven.
Look at them.
Oh.
I just want to be drenched in chocolate.
Tell us more.
No.
Oh, we just went there. We just went there.
Well,
Josh,
well.
Well,
you know,
how do you move on? I don't know.
I have no regrets.
Oh my God, that was so
funny. People are chiming in on the kind of chocolate that they like.
I like orange chocolate.
White chocolate for Crystal. Peter doesn't care. Chocolate is chocolate. I'm right with you.
Yes, Kristen.
Kristen,
Period.
You deserve all the love and chocolate today. Period, girl. Zeke wants some cookies. Anita says orange. Connie says orange. Julie still has her Halloween candy.
Oh.
We may have to throw that out, girl.
Seriously, a little stale.
What is
I'm sorry, Barb. I'm sorry.
She's tired of seeing you do like playing with the ring. He loves, he's like, to put the period at the end of the sentence here. Can I be real here? He's like flip flop throwing it around.
It's just like something, it's like a fidget thing. I'm sorry. I know it's a thing. I know. Lauren's dying.
Oh, Crystal said white chocolate is not chocolate. She's on your side.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I don't mind orange chocolate, but I definitely am a dark kind of guy.
Linda wants just sponge candy.
Here for it. Love it.
Any kind of candy today.
My favorite, honestly, is the cordial cherries. Like, I love a chocolate covered cherry. So good.
I prefer a chocolate covered strawberry.
Really? Okay.
I don't know. I'm not huge into cherries. I like dark cherries, like in the summer.
Ooh, yeah.
Those are really good. But I'm not super in love with it. But you know what? You put a sweet treat in front of me. What am I saying?
Yeah, right, exactly. Hey, can we switch gears for a hot second? Like, I know like we keep it light and fun here, but I feel like this is a good conversation to have. And maybe it's a little bit too serious for a Friday, but I don't really care. I think like this is a moment that I think that we can all kind of agree that something is wrong with our society here.
Not the first time we've ever talked about a situation where you have a person in need and an insurance company is standing in the way of them getting the care that they need. Right. We're talking about a young girl. Her name is Sophia. She and her family live in West Seneca. And they're currently battling a disorder and disease that she has, and it affects her optic nerve. So because it's in her head, they can't operate on it. So they can't.
It would make her blind otherwise.
Right. She has a tumor on her optic nerve. If they operate on it, she would go blind. So in order to keep the tumors down, they've been giving her chemotherapy drugs. It's an oral drug. She has to take it twice a month, and they stopped covering it, or they switched insurances, right?
So dad switched a job, he switched insurance, and he has Express Scripts through his new job. And if you have Express Scripts, you know exactly what we're talking about here. It's that mail order delivery service that gives you whatever medication you're on. And apparently Express Scripts is not covering it, but Express says it's Blue Cross Blue Shield's fault. Blue Cross Blue Shield says, no, it's Express. So there's a lot of finger pointing going on here. This medication is $1,800 a bottle, and this poor girl, Sophia, has to take it twice a month. So she goes through 2 bottles a month, basically.
That's like a month's rent twice, just
Right.
to make sure that she's okay. Because if she doesn't have this, the tumor will grow and it'll impact her and she might go blind. And you saw her face. I mean, she's just the
She's
sweetest
beautiful.
little girl. And I feel like it's a situation where you just want to do anything you can to help her.
Right.
But then you have these two different companies pointing fingers at each other. And it's like, can we get this girl some help?
And that's the problem here. It's like we're losing touch with humanity. And I mean, like, I understand that not everything can be covered.
Everything's a business and things have to get covered at the end of the day, but we're talking about a young life here.
Right. We're talking about a 2-year-old who would otherwise be suffering. And how do we as a society stand to be okay with that, or stand to reason with that? Like, there is no rationale. It is simply wrong. Like, something just needs to happen here.
People are donating. They have a GoFundMe. We'll link the story for you so you guys can see it. I think it was at about 6,000 last we saw. So that would cover what, like 2 months of her medication, which would be great. But
She's 2.
she's 2 years old.
Noreen says, but why is it so expensive? That's the problem. Anita,
There you
why?
go.
Why would any medication be that expensive?
I know.
Peter says it definitely sounds like a Michael Schwartz story. Why can't everything be covered? Sarah wants to know. That poor family. Marguerite says, Lori, we need to do something fast. Sarah says insurance companies are the epitome of evil and greed and should be illegal. You know, Crystal says big pharma is awful. My problem is I think what a lot of people are feeling, you know, and I maybe I shouldn't comment on this because I don't want to be, I want to be impartial here, but I feel like it's hard to be impartial when you are dealing, like when you're just trying to be a good person, when you're trying to be a good human.
And I can hear them saying, well, if we give this to Sophia, then we have to give it to every child and we have to do this. I just, I feel like there should be situations where it's not necessarily black or white. There's got to be a gray area where we can say, hey, can we make this work? Instead of, oh, no, it's their fault. Oh, no, it's their fault. It's someone's fault. Take ownership, explain what's going on, and is there a way we can get around it?
Right.
It's not necessarily, giving them a pass or saying they never have to pay for anything. He already
Can we
has the
lower the
insurance. Can we do
cost?
something?
Right.
There's got to be a way. I think it's just when you have a situation, you have a child in need, and it's just full stop, no. That's what stinks. Not, oh, let's think about it, or we're looking into it. We're trying to see how we can help you. No, it's not happening for you. Oh, well, your child goes blind. Like, that's so tough to say to a parent.
Diane says the amount we pay should cover everything. Sherry says this needs to be expedited to a court ASAP. Anita says it's a combination of big pharma and insurance companies. Where is empathy? And maybe that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's what you want to just hear, that they're trying, at least that there's some kind of effort to help this kid.
Right. Barb says that's sad. Cute little girl. Hope they can find some help. Caitlin, good morning. Insurance is literally screwing my best friend right now. He had a massive stroke and they tried denying his rehab nursing facility. I hate insurance and pharma. Noreen, but we should then give it to everyone.
And that's what I was saying. I'm sure that's what the insurance companies are dealing with. And we don't pretend to know exactly what they have going on, whether it's Express Scripts or the insurance. Who knows what they're dealing with behind closed doors? They're probably getting a million of these inquiries all the time. But I just, you want to see this work out for this family.
Right. For a girl who's genuinely suffering, right? There's no question about it here. The parents had the option of giving her a chemo port or giving her this oral chemo medication. And they chose the oral medication because the port for a 2-year-old is so invasive. And, you totally understand, why they made that decision.
Yeah, the GoFundMe, I just checked, it's at 7,800.
Great. I think John posted a link in the comments here. Yes. So we've got this linked for you in our story on WKBW.com. So if you're interested in learning more about Sophia, by all means, check it out on our website, WKBW.com. How about James Cook? Speaking of money.
Woo! Ooh.
This
Well,
guy
if he
wants
gets this new contract, he can pay for it.
seriously. This
So-
guy wants $15 million.
And that would be a $10 million raise. I can't do math, but that is a huge
It's
increase
pretty good.
percentage-wise. I don't know. He's great, right? We love James Cook. We say let him cook. He's been great for the team. I mean, that first game we played against the Dolphins, I think, was his breakout game.
Mhm.
He ran all over those fish. It was incredible to watch. He's been awesome. He tied a franchise record for the team this year. But he's like, I did great, so I deserve a $10 million raise. Give me 15 mil.
Now, he would, in that case, be what? The second highest paid running back in the league behind a 49ers player.
Christian McCaffrey.
And, you know, there's a lot of opinion here on both sides and a lot of drama in the offseason. It's kind of similar, reminiscent to the Stephon Diggs drama in that, you know, he kind of deleted the Bills from social media off of his Instagram. He posted on Twitter saying that, basically quoting somebody else saying that if you don't think James Cook is worth $15 million, then you've been dropping your head through a table.
So what do you think about social media playing a part in this? Because obviously we all have job negotiations. You want more money. You talk to your boss. You kind of, they lowball, you go high, whatever. Do you think it's fair to like bring social media into it? Or is that, I mean, it's a newer thing, right? Players 20 years ago didn't have a chance to like get the fans involved on social media.
I think it's the court of public opinion,
Mhm.
and it creates the drama that perhaps isn't there or isn't there, period, right? Like it's just adding more fuel to the fire. And, you know, a lot of
Gary's
these...
cracking me up. Too many cooks in the kitchen, not
Seriously.
15 mil.
But and then Connie says, don't compare Diggs to Cook. You know, like, no, there's not like that diva aspect
Not
of
the same
things.
level, but it's the social media of it all
Exactly.
and bringing in people to weigh in on the situation. And it's not to say that, you know, who are we to say what James Cook deserves or doesn't deserve, but that's a big jump. He's at
Yeah.
5.3 right now. He would then be making $15 million and be the second highest paid running back in the NFL.
And look, here's the thing.
And there's only two other people that make more than 10 million.
Yeah.
So he'd be in like the top 5 of running backs as far as contracts.
Okay, I struggle with this because there are a lot of people who are not fortunate like that, right? Like
Not
we have
people who aren't making $1 million.
people aren't making $50,000. So, you know, when you are talking about somebody who plays a sport for a living, making $5 million is pretty good. There are people in this building who should be making a lot more than they are. There are people everywhere who should be making a lot more than they are.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about that and those people who are still giving back. And, you know, you pay people what they're worth. And I think he's looking around at other people and saying, people are making more money than me. I want to be where they are. But I mean, $15 million.
I mean, right. And here's like, how do we in this orbit here where no one is making $1 million?
Right. The math for me, it's 300%.
How do we rationalize that?
Saquon Barkley just won the Super Bowl and he's not making $15 million.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly, Sarah. Sports in general have gotten so out of hand, everything. You can't take a family to a game without spending an arm and a leg. Right. I mean, we're talking about celebrities who are pushing, is it greedy?
Borderline. We might be getting there. Yeah. That's what it feels like, at least. I don't know.
I mean, Josh Allen has a contract worth almost $240 million, and I guarantee you he will get an even bigger raise.
But he's always talked about it very humbly, I feel.
Sure.
He's always been like, look, you know, we're making a lot of money. We're living our dreams. Because people have asked him, because he makes less than a lot of other quarterbacks. And I feel like his responses to the money question have been good. It's a private matter for the most part.
And that's my other thought.
Like, let's keep it, I don't know.
Are you flaunting it, or like, do you expect people to feel bad for you? Like, I don't know. I really struggle with this because what is your intention here?
Well, I think what's tough is he's putting the Bills' feet to the fire. He's saying, look, this is what I want. Some other team will give it to me if you don't.
And I kind of feel like the Bills don't fall for that. They did it with Diggs.
Mm-hmm. And then see, he went.
Right. Anita says it's a standard that has already been set to pay these athletes these astronomical amounts of money. Sherry says maybe he's not happy here and just wants to leave.
That's not what I'm getting, though. I mean, the video,
we
played video this morning that he was like, you know, you just want to make it happen. He wants to stay with Josh. We talked to his brother, Dalvin Cook, a couple weeks ago, who said, you know, it's all the pieces of the puzzle are fitting together, and James Cook is a part of that. You got James, you got Josh, Keon Coleman coming in. It makes sense. He just wants that money to stay here.
And then, Peter, this is a good point, too. Sports stars have to consider the New York State tax rate. I mean,
that's a really good point.
So they're being taxed a lot differently than football players in, say, Florida, in Tampa or Miami. And Crystal, kind of driving the point home. He still has a year on his contract anyway.
He'll be on the team next year regardless. He has 1 year left on the contract. So this is kind of a next year conversation probably, but I guess we'll keep talking about it.
Anita says, I really like Cook with the Bills.
Me too.
Sarah also says the Bills players totally deserve what other teams will pay, but it's totally out of hand.
So, I mean, this is the cycle we're getting into here. Okay, I want this much from the Bills, but if I go to this team, they'll give me this much. And then the Bills are like, okay, we have to pay you this much. And then it's just going up and up and up. And now we're going to be paying minimum, like rookie contracts are going to be like $100 million.
Well, but then also consider this, right? Like at some point we're going to max out that salary cap, and we're not going to be able to get players that deliver also. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you're delivering James Cook, but can we get somebody else, 2 people who are, delivering for that price?
Well, I don't know.
John says NFL is a casino to all the betting on the games. The Bills are $11.5 million over the cap is what Mark is saying.
See?
Oh dear. So much for that great locker room.
You know what? Like Slick Rick.
Yeah. Like, what is he making?
I cannot imagine he's anywhere near what James Cook makes.
Well, and that's my point. And so, right, like the guy who's humbly working in the mailroom,
who we've been celebrating, who's been on screens all week, and he was on Sports Illustrated, ESPN picked it up, I saw.
And then to hear from a guy who's making $5 million say that he wants 10 more.
What are you doing with $10 million? What would you do with $10 million?
What would I do with $1 million? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I struggle with that. Like,
yeah, like what I know he has kids, so obviously you want to be able to take care of your family. You want to be able to take care of your family back home. You want to be able to take care of your kids. I donate to charity, but like, what is he doing with $10 million extra dollars?
There's just a disconnect for me. And Sherry says if he leaves, we could hire 3 players for that price. Joyce, Cook, he puts his heart and soul into it, and I agree.
Does.
I agree, and we should pay him what he's worth. But is he worth $10 million is a question. I did get your email. Thank you very much. I didn't have a chance to respond. Anita, thank you. I appreciate you. Everything worked out yesterday.
Thanks for your help, Anita.
Charlene, rookies should start a base salary till they prove themselves each year, then get a raise if they're good. And here's the other thing for me too. Like firefighters sometimes, like in the city of Buffalo, barely start out making $50,000. Like what? These people are running into burning buildings. These guys are running into other guys who are, and risk the chance of getting hurt, but so do firefighters.
Yeah. I think what's tough here too is you got to consider they're putting their bodies on the line, sure, but they're also living their dreams. Sure. Like he grew up, I'm sure, dreaming of making $1 million. He's making $5 million. So at what point are you happy with what you're making? Like, is he going to be good at 15? Well, I mean, I'm sure one
right. Where does it stop?
Does it keep going?
Marguerite, Slick Rick is so humble, and then here's the opposite. But Slick Rick isn't putting his life on the line every Sunday.
It's tough in the mailroom. You ever get a paper cut? You don't know what he's dealing with.
Anita, firefighters, cops, EMS, teachers all need to be paid more.
I think at the end of the day, I want James Cook to be here. I want James Cook to be paid a lot of money to be here. I think he should be here, but I don't know how much that is, and I can only imagine what Brandon Beane's trying to cook up back there, trying to crunch all the numbers. It's got to be tough.
Yeah, it's difficult, and you know what? I think everyone's dealing with a budget these days, and perhaps the NFL is no different on a team-by-team basis. I mean, we don't know, but certainly there is a lot of controversy at One Bills Drive. Tina, if I had all kind of money, all kids would get their medicine.
See?
And you know what? Maybe James Cook calling on you to help this family out. How's that?
In the last 20 minutes or so since we've been talking, they made an extra $100.
Great.
So.
Love that. And the more the merrier for that family, because really, I feel like it goes a long way.
Absolutely. So we're thinking about Sophia and her family. We're thinking about you this Valentine's Day. Thank you so much to the Cuppies who come in here and they make our morning every day of the week. Friday or not, even though we love Fridays, but we appreciate you guys. And there it is. With a smile. How cute are they? Lauren, thanks for letting us share this.
Oh my God, I love them so much, Chenzo and Rosalie. Look at Rosalie's little cheeks.
Little toes.
Oh my God, I just die every single time.
Uncle Ed in full effect.
Love them. Love you. Thanks for being with us. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
See you on Monday.